What is up, guys? My name is Jack Gardiner, and today I am super excited to show you the brand new GX-100 from Boss. Now, this unit I had the honor of creating some factory presets for that should ship, I believe, with all the units. That is what you've just heard at the beginning there. That is Sky Blue Pink. I basically tried to recreate the original tone as close as possible, both in terms of the feel and the sound, and I'm actually really happy with the result. It blows me away considering the price of this unit. It's pretty insane. So the GX100 is not necessarily a replacement for the GT1000. The GT1000 still very much is the flagship model for Boss, but this is more like a slimmed down version, still using that AIRD technology, which provides great tones for both in the studio or whether you're a gig musician. And I really like the way it responds to the volume control being rolled down. It does feel very, very organic. It responds how an amp would. I noticed that with the GT1000 as well. So yeah, hats off to them for that. The other really cool new thing is that now we have a dynamically switchable signal chain. What that basically means is that no longer is that signal chain fixed, so you can add in whatever you want. You could have, you know, multiple amps going on set on different paths, up to 15 blocks, I believe, which is just an excellent addition to this unit, I believe. Now, the other thing to point out then is that you could, of course, use all of the controls here, but I think that this touchscreen is the most important addition, really. So what I want to do in this video is show you how you build a tone, but also show you some of my presets and really let you listen to what it sounds like. Really, really is really good value for money. The other thing that I should point out here is that you can also load your own IRs into here, I believe up to 16, which is really cool if you want that extra level of control. But for now, we're just going to use the stock sounds within the unit. Okay, so first things first is I just want to show you what was going on in that patch and also how you can use this touchscreen. So essentially, you can scroll through these patches down the bottom by just going left and right, as you'd expect, even up the bank if you'd want to. But to see what's going on with the signal chain then, all I would do would click effects there, and then essentially you can see that signal chain and what's going on. So this is quite a straightforward one. I'm not using like all the blocks here available to me. And I'm not using, for example, dual amps. We'll see one which does in a second. But essentially to turn on or off any of these components, all you would do is tap there. You can see that even lit up on expression 1 because that's where it's assigned to at the minute. Or for example, the mid boost here, which will be on control 1. It's that straightforward. If we wanted to add a new effect, all you would do is take this and you can drag it wherever you want in that signal chain. So right at the front if you wanted to. You can turn it on and off, like I say, by just tapping, Or if you wanted to delete it, you would just take it up here, if it's going to let me. Yeah, up here. It will give you a warning, and then you can just click OK, and it's gone again. It's literally that straightforward. But I could show you, for example, on another patch that I made, if we were to come across here to, bear with me one second, to here, then you can see I've got like a dual amp setup going on here. And you could, of course, add different effects into each line of this. I think, like I say, it's 15 blocks that you can use. By the way, if you wanted to, you can, of course, still use these to see what's going on, the page option, if you really wanted to. And then, of course, if you go all the way to the left, you'll get the tuner, or you can use that. That's usually by default on most patches over here. If we click that on, and this tuner is super useful. It's really bright and colourful, which is such a nice addition to these Boss units. You know, grayscale can become a bit painful on the eyes after a while, whereas this just looks super nice. So let's get the tuner off, and let's just hear first what that sky blue pink patch sounded like by itself. So let's check this out. If I turn on that mid boost as well, that gives me just a bit more of a push, and it feels like there's more gain even though there's not. So let's check that out. Really nice. Of course, you can change these parameters down here as well. They are all rotary, which is cool, or you can use that touchscreen, like I say, to really see what's going on inside the signal chain. Now, here's another patch which I made, and this is a bit more lower gain, I guess. By default, that control one I think is on, but if you hear this without, maybe you can guess who this is supposed to be based off of. Turn that control one on. So I think there what is going on is just a boost pedal or an overdrive. Let's see. Yeah, so it's the XOD that is going on and off. So, I mean, these patches already, what I should point out, I mentioned it earlier, the AIRD technology basically enables me to play with those dynamics and helps it to respond like a real amp would. So if I play full on with the volume at full there and really dig in, if I roll that volume off, you can really feel that it's losing that gain in the same way that a real amp would or should, or at least it's super close to my ears. Okay, then let's check out another patch then. Okay, so this next one is called Fusion Swells, and this one is just to create those kind of lush ambient textures. Let's check it out. really, really cool. What's going on there then? So essentially I have a little bit of crunch actually, and it's a JC120, which obviously Roland are very famous for. There's a stereo chorus in front of that, and we've got some delay, and then the shimmer reverb, which you can really hear in the top end there. Just really nice. So other thing to point out is if we turn off control 1, that takes away my delay there. Which would be, I guess, a much more usable tone for some of the 80s pop stuff like that. Let's check out another tone then. So this next tone I've called Lo-Fi Clean, and really what I'm trying to emulate here is like the cleans which you used to hear years ago where the tape would warble and stuff like that, and you get these little inconsistencies, things that are slightly out of tune. The way which I've gone about that is to add in some chorus and a vibe, things like that. I think the chorus is on quite a heavy setting there. Yeah. So let's check out what this sounds like. Maybe we should check out what control 1 is doing here then. So if I turn that off, that is getting rid of the stereo delay actually. So that would actually work very well, I guess, in like some of the modern pop stuff. These sounds seem to be coming back. Very, very, very nice. So let's check out one more tone then, and then we'll wrap this video up. So the next one I'm going to check out is probably 1993, and this again is based off one of the tracks on my first release, Escapades. Feels like forever ago now, but 2020 was only, what, 2 years ago? Wow, where is the time going? Anyway, this one is more of a distorted sound. It's not crazy distortion, but it's enough to really give us a little bit of gain. So let's hear that. Excuse a little slip there, but essentially this is probably a lead tone that I would use the majority of the time. What's going on here? So we've actually just got like a British amp, which is my favorite to use. The reason for that is, again, for me, a lot of my playing is about dynamics, and British amps seem to really respond well to that with the right hand. I've also got an OD center. I'm sure you can guess what that is supposed to be based off of in front of it. I've got a little bit of chorus, I think, and then there's a delay that is panning and a plate reverb. If I turn off control 1, then that actually gets rid of the delay again, and we've got a bit more of a dry tone. There's still, I think, a ton of reverb, but yeah, let's check this out. Really, really cool. So guys, I guess that sums up some of my favorite tones out of this. What do you guys think of the tone? What do you think of the touchscreen? I would love to know your thoughts on this new unit. I really do believe that this is great value for the money. Anyway guys, my name is Jack Gardiner. Until next time, cheers.